Hello guys, and welcome back. Today is our last video, which is step number 12 that you must follow when selling your real estate property. And we have called this step, don't get overcharged at closing. Even though the closing day is the last part of the process, it is important that you pay attention to this video so you don't get overcharged at closing. Even though this is the last part, many things can go wrong. So you have to be ready and you have to have the proper knowledge. So this is what happened. The closing day, or 24 hours in advance, you're going to get a form like this, the settlement statement, or HUD 1, and if the buyer is financing, they call it closing disclosure. This is an itemized services and fee that are being charged to the buyer and the seller. And how much does the buyer need to bring to the closing, and how much the seller, you, will be receiving at closing. So you have to make sure that you're not overcharged at closing so you receive the right amount of money for your property. And in order for you to do that, you have to look at page number 2 of the HUD 1, which is an itemized service and fee to the buyer and the seller. You have to look at the right side of the page, which is the seller's charge. And here you're going to see 3 types of charges. You're going to see the real estate commission if you decide to hire an agent at the beginning of the process. You're going to see the government fees at the bottom of the page on the right side, always the right side. And you're going to see the title fees. Here's the kicker. It is important that you pay very close attention to the title fee, because some title companies like to overcharge the sellers at closing. So it is important that you know these fees from the beginning of the process. How do you know that? Well, in a transaction like this, the buyer is the one that picks the title company. The buyer is the one that selects the title company. So once you go on the contract with a buyer, the first thing you do is you ask the buyer, who is closing this transaction? Which one is the title company that you are using? And you got to contact that title company. And when I'm saying you do all this if you don't have a professional. If you did not hire a professional from the beginning, you have to contact the title company and you have to ask them, can I have a preliminary settlement statement? Or can I have a preliminary HUD 1? Pretty much, what are going to be your fees at closing? You're asking for them to give you all your fees at the beginning of the process, so you don't get a surprise when you get to the closing table. The last thing you want to know is, or the last thing you want to see or you want to experience, that you get to the closing table and you're not receiving the amount of money that you were expecting. Very important that you do that. And when it comes to the real estate commission, this number right here was an agreement between you and your agent before you begin this process. All you have to do is you have to get your listing agreement and you have to match your number, the number that you have on that listing agreement, to this number over here. And if they match, you are correct. But the problem always comes here on the title fees. A lot of title company lies to overcharge the seller. So it is important that you pay very close attention to this part. And more important than that is that once you go on the contract with a buyer, you ask the title company for a preliminary HUD or preliminary settlement statement. So you know about those fees in advance, and you can argue those fees with the title company or ask the buyer to select a different title company. Very, very, very important. You don't want to get disappointed at the closing table and see that you are not receiving the money that you were expecting to. Okay? So This is the last video. So I hope you have enjoyed all this video and you have gained the proper knowledge so you can confront this process by yourself or with your agent. Okay? And I hope you have saved all this video in a folder in your email. So if you have to sell a property in the future, you know what to do. Because pretty much after you finish the process of selling your property, most likely you're going to go through this process in the next 3 or 5 years. And most likely you already have forgotten about all this. So it's important that you save all this video in a folder, so in the future when you have to sell another property, you go back and you know what to do and you know which steps to follow. Okay? And if you have a question and you did not save these videos, or you have a question with this subject, which is don't get overcharged at closing, give us a call. 305-219-8343. We can send you the link to all these videos so you can save them, or you can answer any question that you may have. Okay? So thank you for watching. My name is Nivaldo Soria, and I hope you have a wonderful day.